Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios. And yes, it's a Tuesday morning. This is a freebie day where I took part in the Journaling by Fives. I take that back. It was the fourth Sunday hop where we did the Journaling by Fives process. We stopped at one station and did something, then we went to the next person's YouTube channel and did the next stage, and so on. And the idea of Journaling by Fives, including we were joined by Shannon Green on the second stage, was start with 20 pages, 5 prompts, and you get 15 minutes for each prompt. Some of it, you start out thinking you're in a panic because you're thinking, how can I do this prompt on 20 pages in 15 minutes? But you'll really be surprised at how quickly you go through the 20 pages and then can come back and add stuff the remaining of that time. So I started out with 5 colors, and actually I was going to use 6, but I went to open my paint and realized the plastic was still on, this bottle was still sealed, and I didn't want to take time in the 20 minutes excuse me, in the 15 minutes to fix that. So I just set the pretty pink aside, but everything I used was metallics. And even though a couple of them muddied, the metallics really came out pretty. And I took a tip from Shannon Green. She had a flat palette, so I got out this plastic cutting board from Dollar Tree, and I used a hotel key card. And I put my dollops out, and then I just swiped through my dollops and went across my page. Swiped through my dollops and went across my page. And the only thing I can say is I think I put a little bit too much coverage. I didn't leave myself enough white space to work with. I also used, for stencils and stamps, I used some stamps from Tim Holtz, from my Tim Holtz collection, and I used his stencils primarily because these were easier to get to at the time. And then I used my magazine cuttings. And what I did was I took all my pages out of a watercolor book, and I just made signatures. And I've got 3 of these signatures, and I'm going to create a traveler's notebook style cover for them so that I can slip these in and out. I stitched them together and forgot to add the cover, so I got to go back and restitch that. And then I can just keep them in the traveler's notebook cover, and so when I go back and do this again, my books are there and handy and ready for me to go, and I can keep my art books all in one cover. You see here where I said I thought I got a little bit too much coverage. I didn't leave myself any white space, and I think that was part of my issue. But I really didn't get, even muddied everything running together, I still got some pretty good color. I went through magazines and I tore out pictures. I started with, I've got a couple in here of Reese Witherspoon. I knew I could spit out her name because I had the opportunity to chat with her in YouTube comments the other day, and it was kind of cool. But I used tissue papers, and for some of my collaging, every page has this tissue paper on it because it's a bee, so I've included Bob and everything. I didn't realize till I started I wanted to include these tags from my detox tea. This is the tea bag tag that has a quote on all of them, and I didn't realize till I started I wanted to include one of those on every page. So I've got some pages back here. I'm going to go back through and grab those and add. I've got some fairies going here. Oh, I love this picture of this girl and the butterfly. I love this, and that vintage mirror in the back. Almost brought together. I did my secret here because I almost had the feeling of Secret Garden. I will tell you another thing that I did that I didn't care for is I used glue stick, and that's primarily what everybody uses when they do this technique. But I have a horrible time with getting glue stick to hold. And for me, I'm better off using glue stick if I'm going to stitch over it or Mod Podge over top of it. I use glue stick as a temporary. So I've been going back and gluing things down. See some of my word stamps from Tim Holtz. You'll see some other things in here from Tim Holtz. This butterfly, and that's kind of sticky. I may have to go over that with my baby powder. I'm not sure why that's sticky. Flowers. I also included a strip of this. It almost looked like hearts, but I went back in the doodling stage and drew a heart on here to make it stand out. Yeah, hello. Flowers, the wings. I'm not real good at doodling, so I'm going to have to work on that. This one where I did the dots, I may go back with a fine black and circle the dots. Doodling is just not my thing. Had to include music, so I've got this. I'm not a rocker by trade, but I really like Joan Jett's music. And I found this picture of her married. I thought the marriage and the couple and hot rise on the cornmeal bag went really cool together. More of the rest of that strip of the fairies and freestyle. Another one of Reese Witherspoon. Gotta have coffee. And something like I'd like to create in my backyard this year. I thought these little penguins were cute. That's me and Bobby. And you can't have coffee without chocolate. And Happy Feet, kind of a throwback to the penguins. So what I'm going to do, and I saw this when Kateri did her flip through yesterday, was she had, well, I saw when we did the thing on Sunday night, but then I paid more attention yesterday. She has taken tickets and put washi tape on them, and she's added them to each one of her pages, so that when she's flipping through, and I'm out of staples, I'll have to do that later. No, I'm not. So that when she's flipping through, as these pages are kind of damp, it's really hard to get a hold of them in a hurry. So she went through and she put tabs with the tickets and the washi tape on the ends of all of her papers, so that she could grab the tab and flip a lot faster. And I thought that was a really cool idea. So while I was watching her flip through yesterday, I sat and did ticket tabs for my book. And I'll go through and I'll do this on all 20 pages. So as I'm going through and wanting to play with more stuff, or when I flip this book over and do this again with the next 20 pages, I'll have the tabs to get a hold of my blank pages, and I'm going to do this. So I'll have a flip book. When I'm done, I've got room here to do another 20 pages and do this technique again. So that's it for my freebie on Tuesday. Tomorrow I will be back here with my savings challenge binder and the different savings challenges that I am doing. I've not decided. I don't think there's going to be a video this Thursday. Bob will come home either Wednesday or Thursday, and that means things is just crazy, and I'm trying to get some things finished up around the house, and then we will be back here for Finish It Friday. So thank you for joining me in the studio today. If you like anything creative, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and so that I can add you to my Shout Out Saturday subscriber list. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Creative blessings.